This is chapter 2 or episode 2 to the Surprising Pokemon Sizes series. Today we will be talking about Pokemon that are comically tall, as well as leading into Pokemon that are also extremely short. Without further ado, let's begin with the short end, with the short people. Again, Bronzong is only 4'3", and I'm pretty sure this thing's based on a church bell. And from what I've seen, most church bells are actually pretty big. So I feel like it should be at least 7 to 8 feet tall. Boldor, which is the evolved form of Roggenrola, is only 2'11", which is surprising. I always thought it was much bigger considering it's got Boulder in the name, or as part of its name. But then again, I do kind of see it could be a small boulder. Cofagrigus can actually stay the way it is, but 5'7" is just a bit small for a sarcophagus. Electros is also one that can remain unchanged. Electros is the fully evolved form of Tynamo, and it's 6'1", and that's just a little on the shorter side. I understand that it's an electric eel, and eels are usually really long, but I mean, it eats electricity, I think. I don't know. No, wait, that's Joltik. I don't know what the Electros does, but I feel like it should be at least a bit longer, maybe around 7 feet. Scrafty is also shorter than expected. Scrafty is the evolved form of Scraggy. It's 3'7". Now, that's nothing to scoff at, but I mean, Scrafty always looked like a humanoid Pokemon to me. It always had this punk mohawk that made me think, oh, this guy must be pretty tall. It's 3'7". How do I know this? I actually bought a book 2 days ago. But it's 3'7". And I always thought it would be more human size, maybe about my height, about 5'5", 5'6", or maybe even higher, taller than that, about what, 6.5 feet? Because it always looked like one of those gangsters, and also it's dark type, of course it's one of those gangsters. Now, 4'3" is Kadabra, and this one can also remain unchanged, because Kadabra is apparently a human boy that got transformed into a Pokemon. However, it was a human, and it's never really specified how old the boy was. Who knows, he could have been my age. So I feel like it should be at least 5 foot. Hawlucha is also on the shorter side. Now this one I can make an excuse for, it's a hawk, but it's also a luchador, Lucha Libre, luchador. And I feel like since it also is one of those humanoid Pokemon, I feel like it'd be a bit taller than 3 feet. Maybe about 4'5". Or 4'6". Drifloon is 3'11". Now there's a few problems to this, mainly because it's too small to actually carry anyone. But also because even if it did pick up someone, that would be a massive hazard. Balloons are not balloons, but hot air balloons are usually about 50 feet wide and 30 to 60 feet tall. 6'11" just isn't gonna cut it. Not even 6'11", excuse me, 3'11". Now for the taller ones, Granbull, a Bulldog Pokemon in the evolved form of Snubbull, is 4'7". I do not even want to visualize that. A bipedal Bulldog that's 4 feet tall charging straight at me. Not to mention it's got massive fangs. I do not want to be on the end of those. The receiver end of those. Heracross, which is a Hercules beetle, or I don't know, maybe a rhinoceros beetle. Well, Heracross is 4'11", and it's almost as tall as me. A little bit shorter than me. And this is just wrong. It's a beetle? Beetles are usually small. I don't want to think about one that's 4'11". Regalgi is 5'11", a foot taller than Heracross. Now, I don't even need to explain how wrong this is. Weedy Sea Dragons are usually about a couple centimeters at best. But then again, I can make an excuse for this. I mean, Dragalge, it's got dragon in the name, so it's probably going to be pretty big. Dragonair is 13 feet tall, or 13 feet long. This is one that I also think they measured from head to tail. And Kingler is 4'3". And after reviewing my notes, I realized that, actually, real king crabs are going to get a lot bigger than that. Golbat is 5'3". I could look this thing in the eye. Run. Also, did I mention it's a bat that eats almost all of its weight in blood? I don't want to think about a bat that's become a beach ball because it's drank 5 pounds of blood. and Raticate is 2'4". Average rats are about what 6 to 11 inches, and that's it, really. I know here's some more. The Victory Bell is only 5'7". Well, not only 5'7", it's 5'7", and that's just the pitcher. I'm assuming. Normal pitcher plants are only what a couple inches, but like this isn't even in there because it's like factually wrong. This is in here because it's morally wrong. You remember the first animes where Victory Bell would try to attack James? I don't want to be thinking about that while I'm looking at a Bellsprout, wondering what it's going to evolve into. And Kingdra is 5'11". And this one actually does make sense because Kingdra, like King Dragon, and also Weedy and Leafy Sea Dragons, it kind of makes sense. Still, that's kind of wrong to think about a 5'11" seahorse relative swimming around in there. Unknown is 1'8", and that's actually puny compared to some of the others on this list. But I mean, I only put this one in here because in the anime it's shown to be mere inches tall. And also in the anime it's shown to be a bit 2D. That's it for me. See y'all. Have a great break, everyone.